episode of Focus Podcast in Portuguese made it easy. As we step into 2026 and entering the global arena is no longer a future plan, it is a present requirement. So I thought that this morning we'll talk about that. Medida que estamos em 2026, entrar no cenário global, né? Deixa de ser um plano futuro passou a ser uma emergência atual. As 2026, the land's global business ain't something, far later down the road, guys. It's actually here now. So, global does not mean perfect, okay? Um, or perfect English or expensive degrees or copying someone else's style. Global não significa inglês perfeito, né? Ou diplomas caros ou imitar o estilo de outra pessoa. Global don't mean talking fancy or pretending to be somebody else, guys. It means understanding how decisions are made across cultures, adjusting how you show up professionally. Significa compreender como as decisões são tomadas entre as culturas e ajuste a sua postura profissional. It means knowing how people think and, moving smart around them in global spaces. So let me give you a simple example from meetings, guys. Deixe-me dar exemplo, né? Simplesmente simples, relacionado com reuniões. Let me break it down. Looking at meetings, guys. In some environments, speaking quickly and often is seen as confidence. Em alguns contextos, a fala rápido é frequentemente visto como confiança, né? Some places love fast talk and plenty words, guys, and lots of pairing. And, in other places, that same behavior is read as insecurity or lack of preparation. Em outros contextos, esse mesmo comportamento é interpretado, né, como insegurança ou falta de preparação. Elsewhere, that does look like you ain't ready, or you're insecure. So the global professional learns to read the room before speaking. Por isso, o profissional global aprende a observar o ambiente antes de falar. Global people watch first and then they talk. Here is something you can actually implement immediately, guys. Aqui está algo que pode aplicar imediatamente. This is easy, and if you start today, guys, in your next meeting, wait until at least two other people have spoken before you add your point. Na sua próxima reunião, espera que pelo menos duas pessoas falaram antes de acrescentar o seu ponto. Next meeting, let two people talk before you jump in and say anything, guys. This forces you to listen, adjust, and be precise. Isso obriga a ouvir, ajustar e ser preciso. That makes it sharper and more focused, guys. Another example is email and written communication. Outro exemplo é o email e a comunicação escrita. Now, let me talk about emails globally, because long emotional messages weaken your position in global settings. Nível global, mensagens longas e emocionais enfraquecem a sua posição. Long emotional emails does hurt in the long run, guys. Instead, structure your messages in three parts: purpose, action, deadline. Em vez disso, estrutura a mensagem em três partes, né? Objetivo, ação e prazo. Keep it simple, why, what, and when. All right, guys? For example, instead of explaining your frustration, state the outcome you want. Okay? For example, em vez de explicar a sua frustração, indica o resultado que pretende. Don't pull out your feelings, guys. Say what you need, all right? This is how professionals protect credibility across borders. É assim que os profissionais protegem a credibilidade entre países. That's how you keep respect in global spaces. Now let's talk about language, guys, because language is power. Agora falamos de língua, porque a língua é poder, a language is leverage, and trust me, guys, we need it. You do not need to sound native, but you must sound intentional. Não precisa soar como nativo, né? Mas precisa soar intencional. All right, you don't gotta sound perfect, but you gotta sound clear. So if you work with Portuguese speaking markets, learn functional phrases, not poetry. All right? Se trabalha com mercados de língua portuguesa, aprende frases funcionais, né? Não poesia. Learn what helps you do business and not what helps you to show off, guys. For example, learn how to negotiate timelines, pricing, and responsibility. Por exemplo, aprende a negociar prazos, né? Preços por responsabilidades. Learn how to talk money, timing, and duty, guys. That alone will separate you from most competitors, So isso já distinguirá da maior das dos concorrentes. That alone will put you ahead, guys. Another mistake people make is oversharing their personal story too early. Outro erro comum e particular demasiado de história pessoal, demasiado cedo, okay? People does overshare too quickly, guys. Globally, trust is built through consistency, not confession, okay? Normalmente, a confiança constrói-se através da consciência, não da confissão, okay? Trust comes from showing up steady, guys, every day. Let people learn who you are, through the work that you produce. Deixa que as pessoas conheçam quem você através do seu trabalho primeiro, okay? Let your work talk for you, guys. Here's a practical rule for 2026. Aqui vai uma regra prática para 2026. This rule they carry far for 2026. If the information does not move decision forward, leave it out. Ok? Se a informação não faz avança a decisão, exclua. If you're pushing things ahead, cut it off. This applies to meetings, emails, presentations, and even working, guys, and networking. Isso aplica-se a reuniões, e-mails, apresentações, e até networking e trabalhando. Everywhere, meetings, talk, meet and greet. You have to be careful, guys. Networking globally is also changing. O networking global também está a mudar. Networking in what we used to be, guys. Ain't just going to mixes and, and sharing business cards, It's no longer about collecting contacts, but being remembered for clarity. Já não se trata de colecionar contatos, né? Mas de ser lembrado pela clareza. It ain't about cards, it's about impact, guys. When introducing yourself, state what problem you solve, not your entire resume, okay? Apresente-se, diga que problema resolve, né? Não todo o seu currículo. Tell people what you fix, not your whole life story. For example, I help teams communicate better across borders. For example, ajudo equipes a comunicar melhor entre os países. Simple line like that, the state, guys. That is global thinking. Isso é pensamento global. That is how global minds move. As we head into 2026, emotional intelligence matters more than titles, guys. À medida que avançamos para 2026, a inteligência emocional importa mais do que cargos. Title ain't everything no more, guys. How you manage pressure, disagreement, and silence will define your value. A forma como gerar pressão, né? Lidar com pressão também, discordância e silêncio, definir o seu valor. How you handle stress, and also being, quiet or even being ignored in professional settings, Silence, by the way, is a strategy, guys. O silêncio, alias, uma estratégia. Silence does work if you know how to use it. When someone challenges you publicly, pause before responding. Quando alguém, um desafio publicamente, faça pausa antes de responder. If somebody tests you, don't rush, guys. That pause signals confidence globally. Essa pausa transmite confiança a nível global. That pause is far louder than your words, guys. As I look toward 2026, this is the advice I stand by. Olha para o 2026, este é o conselho que mantenho, né? This is what I stand by for 2026. Refine how you speak. Refine a forma como comunicar, né? Tighten up how you talk. Respect cultural differences without losing yourself. Respect, as differences, respeita as diferenças culturais sem perder sua identidade. Adjust, but don't erase yourself, guys. And remember, global success favors those who are prepared, not loud. E lembre-se, o sucesso global favorece